So what I say, I like to bring things back, to a musical metaphor, if you will. Relish the spaces between. What does that mean? Talking about breaks, right? Relish the spaces between the notes. How do you interpret that?
Enjoy the pauses and the moments where things are just breathing, where you get
Great metaphor. Just let things breathe sometimes, right? Aren't our work lives like this? Right? Can you do your best work when you hear anybody doing their best work? No. What if I went? Right? A little better, right? Yeah. Find that. I know we all live super duper busy lives, for gosh sake, but find the time to relish the spaces between the notes. Whatever that means for you. Maybe take a break, go meet with a colleague, take a walk. The research shows that if you do that, you'll actually be what? More productive. So tell your boss, why are you working? Why are you walking around? Say, well, this guy told me about this study. See how that goes, right? Listen, listen, listen. I know it's a cliche, but boy, we are victims of continuous partial attention. Continuous partial attention, right? It's like that squirrel thing, right? Squirrel. Either of you. Yeah, come on. What's your name?
Carla.
Carla, everybody. Carla and I are going to engage in a 1-minute listening exercise. Are you ready? It's just pretty good. All right. What was that like for you to engage in that exercise?
It was interesting because my logical brain was like, oh God, I don't even know what this is. I can't even read notes. How am I going to do this? And then I just let go and I let it flow. And I'm like, okay, my hands are doing things that I don't even know what to do.
What am I doing up here? Was she a good listener? Yeah, right? She adapted, she modified, she recalibrated based on what I was doing. Was that how did that feel in terms of being engaged in that dynamic that we so rarely have an opportunity to enjoy?
It was the connection.
Yeah, did you feel that? Yeah, I felt that too. Let's give her a round of applause. Yeah. I once had a client say to me, the best boss I ever had did something very interesting. Whenever I would knock on her cube, she would physically turn away from her computer, her phone, and make me the sole object of her attention. Best boss I ever had. I said, wow, that's pretty cool. When did you have this boss? Oh, 20 years ago. Can you imagine? 20 years later, he remembered that gesture of simply turning away from the phone, from the email, from the texting, and when she had a live human being in her presence, what did she do? 100% focus. Listen. Critical. Play one melody at a time and make it beautiful, right? Goes back to that mental focus. Tell your bosses, for gosh sake, give me some time to get something done here, will you? Tell your people, instead of doing 10 things poorly, try to find the opportunity to play one thing at a time and make it great. Now, I know that's hard to do with so many lesson resources and so forth. But you're a creative bunch. See how you can make that part of your culture. Okay? Give people the time and the space to play one melody at a time and do it well. And finally, play something that matters. Play something that matters. You have an opportunity every day in HR to do something that really matters.